Splinter Cell Remake director leaves Ubisoft. David Grivel said it's time for a new adventure. Splinter Cell Remake's director has left Ubisoft. The remake will be the first mainline Splinter Cell game in a decade. David Grivel, the director of the upcoming Splinter Cell remake, has left Ubisoft after 11 years, he has announced. In a post on LinkedIn, he said that it was time for him to go on a new adventure. Grivel worked on Ghost Recon Future Soldier at Ubisoft Paris before moving to Ubisoft Toronto to work on Splinter Cell Blacklist, Assassin's Creed Unity, Far Cry 4, 5 and 6 and most recently the upcoming Splinter Cell remake. The director of the Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell remake has left Ubisoft after more than 11 years at the company. Ubisoft officially confirmed last December that it was working on a remake of Splinter Cell, the stealth action game which was first released in 2002 as an Xbox exclusive. It said the game was being rebuilt with the Snowdrop engine, which also powers The Division and is being used to build Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora and Ubisoft's upcoming Star Wars game, to deliver new generation visuals and gameplay, and the dynamic lighting and shadows the series is known for. After years of rumors and disappointments, it came as great news for long-suffering fans when Ubisoft announced in December 2021 that the stealth action classic Splinter Cell is getting a full remake, opens a new tab. But some of those fans are feeling a little bit nervous following the news that David Grivel, the director on the project, has left Ubisoft. Grivel announced his departure on his LinkedIn, opens a new tab, page, via VGC, where he said that after 11 years at Ubisoft, it is now time for me to go on a new adventure. 11 years is a long time and summing it up in one post is quasi-impossible, but I must say, I've been lucky, Grivel wrote. Lucky to work with so many great people over the years. Made so many friends. From Ubisoft Paris, Ghost Recon Future Soldier, to Ubisoft Toronto, Splinter Cell Blacklist, Assassin's Creed Unity, Far Cry Primal, 5, 6 and Splinter Cell Remake, I've had the opportunity to work on many franchises that I love as a gamer. Grivel is only one man, and studio employees, even those in leadership positions, move around with some regularity. Even so, the reaction to the news was not overly positive. Well, that doesn't bode well, Redditor Rojo, opens a new tab, wrote. A lot of the problems with Conviction was the troubled development. Here's hoping they beat the odds. First there's some serious issues with Prince of Persia Remake and now this project starts having problems as well, Butel66, opens a new tab, added. Oh, well, it's Ubisoft. It said the game was being rebuilt with the Snowdrop engine, which also powers The Division and is being used to build Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora and Ubisoft's upcoming Star Wars game, to deliver new generation visuals and gameplay, and the dynamic lighting and shadows the series is known for. As reported by VGC, David Grivel announced on LinkedIn that he'd be moving on to a new adventure following more than a decade working on Ubisoft games, including Assassin's Creed Unity, Far Cry 5, and most recently Splinter Cell Remake. It's unclear how Grivel's departure will affect the remake's development at Ubisoft Toronto, but he appears to be leaving on good terms, meaning Ubisoft likely had plans for his replacement in place, though a new director is yet to be announced. I always try to be cautiously optimistic, and in the case of this remake that's been the approach I've taken so far, Revenant_XV, opens a new tab, wrote. But I've still had very little faith in the first place after being burned way too many times by Ubisoft and now, what little faith I have left is getting shaky lol. Still gonna try and be open-minded, but it gets harder to do when you've seen warning signs like this a lot in the past. The Splinter Cell remake is presumably still a long way off, and a recent job listing, opens a new tab, made clear that the remake is not going to be a note-for-note do-over, but rather a ground-up rebuild that maintains the spirit and themes of the original game while exploring our characters and the world to make them more authentic and believable. That sounds like a properly substantial challenge for a game director, but Ubisoft said that Grivel's departure won't slow things down. We can confirm that David Grivel has left Ubisoft and wish to thank him for his contributions, a Ubisoft spokesperson said in a statement sent to PC Gamer. His departure will not impact the game's development.